Coming up tonight, youth empowerment in Africa. Use Africa's wealth to empower youth, President Addo. Import duties to go down. High import taxes to be dealt with. Supply of water to rural areas. 450 towns to benefit from water project. SIM card subscribers urged to be ethical. Government cautions SIM card subscribers and agents. Uber customer murdered. Students killed after mistaking Uber vehicle. Richard Comey to defend his title. Comey to head to the United States after full recovery. And Nipsey Hussle confirmed dead. Rapper shot multiple times in Los Angeles. A very good evening to you. Thank you for joining us on DG, and this is the update, and my name is Godwin Nambo. And here are the stories. President Akufo-Addo has urged African leaders to use the enormous wealth the continent is endowed with to develop and empower the youth populations. With Africa possessing the largest generation of young people in history, President Akufo-Addo indicated that he placed great hope in their capacity to shape the future of Africa and make Africa the lion that it was meant to be. President Akufo-Addo made this known on Friday when he delivered a speech at the Harvard Kennedy School of Government at Harvard University in Boston, United States of America, on the theme Empowering the Youth, Africa's Golden Future. To realize the demographic dividend, African countries, he stressed, have to invest in the empowerment, education, and employment of young people. The president stated, and I quote, "No one needs to tell us that mass unemployment in Africa, especially amongst our youth, is a ticking time bomb. The so-called Arab Spring showed clearly that lack of employment opportunities can undermine social cohesion and political stability. With between 10 to 12 million youth joining the labor market every year, Africa has to pay maximum attention to job creation. With young people willing to risk everything to improve their circumstances, the president noted that increasing investment in young people is key, including promoting quality education that prepares them for a future of opportunities." Describing the 21st century as a century of science and technology, the president noted that the mastery of digital technology by African youth must be the compelling challenge for them if indeed they are to survive in the competitive technological environment. President Akufo-Addo also advocated for the involvement of young people in decisions that affect them, explaining that Africa cannot talk about shaping the future without talking about the welfare and well-being of young people. President Akufo-Addo has indicated that reforms to Ghana's import duty regime, which will bring down the high duties prevailing in Ghana's ports, are in the offing and will be rolled out soon. With many having petitioned the state to intervene and review the high taxes and duties on imported items, President Akufo-Addo assured that government is already in the process of dealing with the matter. President Akufo-Addo made this known on Saturday when he addressed a town hall meeting of Ghanaians resident in Worcester, Massachusetts, in the United States of America as part of his U.S. visit. Indeed, some trader unions, including the Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA, have petitioned the state to intervene and review the high taxes and duties on imported items. Already, the introduction of the paperless port system has, according to the Minister of Finance, Ken Ofori-Atta, reduced the cost of doing business at the ports. Appearing before Parliament to answer a question posed by MP for Adaklu constituency, Kwame Agboza, on whether or not the introduction of the paperless port has increased cost of doing business at the ports, the minister indicated that the initiative has rather decreased the cost of doing business. According to Ken Ofori-Atta, the results of the paperless port system show that the cost of components of doing business at the country's ports have reduced from 7 to 3 cost components. This has subsequently reduced the total cost from 1,280 to 320 Ghana cedis. He added that the paperless system, in light of this, had reduced cost of doing business at the ports by 960 Ghana cedis, representing 75% savings. Hence, importers are now making savings of 75% as a result of the implementation of the paperless system. And now a total of 450 communities across 4 regions are due to benefit from a peri-urban and rural water supply project. Cabinet has already approved the implementation of the peri-urban and rural water supply project for the 450 communities. Minister of Information Kojo Oppong-Nkrumah made a disclosure to journalists on Sunday in Accra during the Information Ministry's bi-weekly press briefing. According to the minister, the project will provide clean, sterile drinking water to these peri-urban and rural locations across the following regions, including Ashanti, Volta, Eastern and Greater Accra regions, using an advanced UK technology. He noted that government was embarking on the project as part of measures to attain the Sustainable Development Goal 6 on clean water and sanitation for all and to cater for an unserved, hard-to-reach rural population. Mr. Oppong-Nkrumah explained the concept of transformation is to employ innovative technology and financing methods to generate revenue for maintenance and future expansion projects. And now the government of Ghana has warned players within the SIM card registration value chain, including subscribers and agents, to comply strictly with the legal frameworks that govern their operations. According to government, it has, through the Ministry of Communications, taken note with concerns a number of deficiencies with the current SIM card registration regime in Ghana. The deficiencies, it said, include the sale of pre-registered SIM cards, the use of pre-registered SIM cards, and the use of fraudulently registered SIM cards. Information Minister Kojo Oppong-Nkrumah, who issued the warning on behalf of government at a press briefing on Sunday in Accra, said that these deficiencies give way to fraudulent activities to be perpetrated through the use of mobile phones, such as mobile money fraud, illegal SIM swap, termination of international office or SIM boxing, leading to revenue loss to the state, impersonation and cybercrime.
Actors with the SIM registration value chain, including subscribers and agents of mobile network operators, are cautioned to ensure strict compliance with the SIM registration and activation processes in line with the relevant statutory provisions, such as the Subscriber Identity Module Registration Regulation LI 2006. Now, government through the Ministry of Communication has taken note with concerns of a number of deficiencies in the existing SIM card registration regime, and these include the sale of pre-registered SIM cards, the use of pre-registered SIM cards, and the use of fraudulently registered SIM cards.
The use of such SIM cards to impersonate and commit fraud has over the years been a common practice, with a number of foreigners arrested in some cases. Section 73A of the Electronic Communications Amendment Act 2016, Act 910, states that a network operator or service provider shall comply with the directives established by the authority to prevent, detect, or disconnect the use of the subscriber identity module or the user identity model of that operator for terminating an international call on any network in Ghana as a local call. He encouraged all subscribers to verify the authenticity of their SIM registration by dialing *400# on any network. If you have any relevant information on the above subject, dial the number on your screens for further details. Now on Friday at around 2 a.m., 21-year-old Samantha Josephson decided to call an Uber after being separated from her roommates during a night out in Columbia, South Carolina in the U.S. About 14 hours later, turkey hunters found her body in a field 90 miles from Columbia. The tragic incident occurred when the South Carolina senior hopped into a black Chevy Impala thinking it was her ride, said Columbia Police Chief W.H. Skip Holbrook during a news conference. Holbrook, citing surveillance footage, stated, and I quote, "What we know now is that she had in fact summoned an Uber ride and was waiting for that Uber ride to come. We believe that she simply mistakenly got into this particular car thinking it was her Uber ride." Josephson's roommates, when they hadn't heard from her, decided to call the police around 1:30 p.m. on Friday. While the police started their search, turkey hunters found her body around 4 p.m. on Friday, about 40 feet off a dirt road in a wooded area southeast of Columbia. Police then searched for the car Josephson had gotten into, and around 3 a.m. on Saturday, they found the Impala. When the officer asked the driver to get out of the car, he ran but was quickly captured. The police have arrested Nathaniel David Rowland, aged 24, on charges of murder and kidnapping in connection with Josephson's death. He's being held in a jail in Columbia. Inside Rowland's Impala, blood was found in the car's passenger side and in the trunk, which matched Josephson's. Her cell phone was also found in the passenger compartment. Investigators also found a container of liquid bleach, germicidal wipes, and window cleaner in the vehicle. The child safety locks in the Impala were activated, which would make it difficult for anyone to open the back doors from the inside.
The body in Clarendon County was also located in an area known to the defendant and near an area where the suspect recently resided, according to law enforcement sensitive databases and electronically accessed state-maintained information.
Josephson was a political science major, the USC College of Arts and Sciences said on Twitter. USC President Harris Pastides released a statement saying, "Our prayers are with the family and friends of Samantha Josephson," and also advised students to look out for one another, be active bystanders, travel in groups and stay together. Uber has declined to comment, but on Uber's online safety tips, it advises to check that the license plates, driver photo and driver name match what's listed in the app before getting into the car. And now time for some sports. International Boxing Federation welterweight champion Richard Comey will be mounting the ring in June to defend his title. The 31-year-old Bukom native boxer claimed the world title from Russian Isa Chaniev in a bout after stopping him in round 2. Comey supposed a unification bout with Vasyl Lomachenko on April 12, but was called off due to a hand injury. However, he has made a swift recovery and has started training here in Accra and will later head to the United States in preparation for the next bout. Comey became the 10th world champion to have come out of Ghana after defeating Russian Isa Chaniev. And in entertainment, rapper Nipsey Hussle has been shot and killed outside his clothing store, Marathon Clothing in Los Angeles. Nipsey Hussle, who was recently nominated for Best Rap Album at the 2019 Grammys, has died after being shot outside his clothing store in Los Angeles. According to reports, the 33-year-old rapper was shot multiple times before being pronounced dead at the scene, and police have confirmed they have no suspect. Los Angeles police confirmed there has been no suspect at this time. Thus, more details will be given as the story develops. Nipsey is survived by 2 children and his girlfriend, Lauren Landon. Celebrities all over the world have shared their condolences on social media. And that does it for tonight's edition of The Update. But for more in-depth stories, visit our website at dailyguidenetwork.com or get interactive with us on social media via Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at the Daily Guide Network, or personally with me at Godwin Nambo on Instagram and Facebook. The Update is brought to you by Diamond Cement and powered by Press Express. As always, many thanks for joining us. My name is Godwin Nambo.